Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In response to Ridge's last-ditch offer, Steffy exposes hypocritical Carter. According to Monday, December 9th, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge Forrester, Steffy Forrester, and Erick Forrester alternately chastised Carter Walton for his treachery. On the legal side of things, Justin Barber, however, remained steadfast and maintained that Carter was, in fact, the person in command of Forrester Creations. During his statement about defending her, Carter mentioned Brooke Logan, but Steffy understood this was actually about Hope Logan. Carter was forced by Steffy to see that Hope was taking advantage of him and that she had simply confessed her love to obtain what she desired. Steffy pushed Carter to stop everything before it was too late, stating that he was smarter than this. Hope informed Brooke that the takeover was official at the cabin on Monday's B&B episode, and she supported Carter's justifications for taking the necessary actions. Hope also complained because Ridge would have prevented Steffy from evicting RJ or Thomas Forrester, played by Matthew Ashford, from the firm. Since Hope wasn't one of Ridge's kids, things were different for her. Hope insisted that Carter was making amends and encouraged her mother to recognize what a wonderful man he was, even if Brooke thought the entire LLC scheme had gone too far. Brooke argued that it was wrong to take control of Forrester, even if she liked how Carter defended Hope. Hope, however, predicted that Carter would preserve the integrity of the business. Nevertheless, Brooke hoped that perhaps Carter would change his mind and realize that he was approaching this in the wrong manner. Zend Forrester Dominguez, Delon Demetz, informed Will Spencer in the Forrester salon that all of the Hope for the future samples will be stored in the vault and never be seen again. Will and Zend advised Electra Forrester not to go up to the CEO's office because they felt that a significant event was taking place there. Pam Douglas had the office on lockdown. Nevertheless, it was mentioned. Zend suspected it wasn't good news, but he didn't know what was happening. Justin's presence and the numerous changes that the organization has been going through recently were discussed. Steffy criticized Carter for being a hypocrite after he justified his intention to bring Hope and her line back to Forrester Creations in the CEO's office. She found it absurd that Steffy was now pursuing revenge for Hope because Carter had accused her of allowing her emotions to influence her decisions. In the end, Ridge urged Carter not to blow it and gave him another chance to turn around and make this right. Luna Nozawa said that Bill Spencer was the only person in jail who could relate because he had done awful things and been the victim of bad things as well. After acknowledging that she had trouble falling asleep, Luna claimed that she couldn't stop picturing the faces of Paul Hollis Hollister, Hollis W. Chambers, and Tom Starr. Luna asserted that she wasn't a monster and that witnessing her commit such terrible acts was like being out of body. Luna recalled how Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, used to bring home strange men and do drugs in the bedroom with them when she was a child. Luna used to believe that she could fly above everything and act as though she was somewhere else if she concentrated hard enough. Eventually, Bill admitted that they had to fend for themselves as they grew older. Luna thought that they were more akin than Bill understood, and she cried as she prayed for forgiveness. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna's plot will take some unexpected turns, so check back often for updates on Bill's next move. Carter has been given another chance. Mirror. Hope assured Brooke at the cabin that Carter was now the new leader of Forrester and that the coup had indeed occurred. Hope confirmed that Carter did the right thing and filed the paperwork, despite her hope that he would have changed his mind. Brooke was taken aback. Brooke questioned how Hope could have contributed to Carter's takeover of the business. Hope clapped back, questioning how Ridge could have contributed to Steffy's dismissal. Hope restated her and Carter's justifications and stated that it wasn't about retaliation. Hope was reminded by Brooke that Ridge's legacy was Forrester. Don't we have the opportunity to contribute to that legacy without having our work forgotten? Hope became enraged. Hope informed her mother that Brooke should also leave a legacy. Do you believe Ridge would have accepted Steffy's decision to terminate Thomas or RJ, or would he have stepped in to stop it? Hope inquired, pointing out that Ridge only complied since she wasn't his child. Brooke acknowledged that Hope had gone too far, but he remarked, "Honey, I know you feel wronged," and shut out. Hope claimed that Steffy treated her disrespectfully and fired her. By doing this, Steffy and Ridge demonstrated to the business that Brooke had no influence there. Carter was battling Hope, Brooke, Katie, the Logans, and everybody else at the company who had ever been wronged, and Hope kept saying that he would make things right for her. Hope went on, "And I love him for that, Mom." In addition to turning Forrester Creations into a worldwide luxury brand, Hope told Brooke, "He's trying to make it a safe environment for everyone to feel appreciated and valued." "How could anyone not respect that?" she asked. "Don't you realize what a wonderful man he is?" Hope sobbed. Admire Days, B&B, General Hospital, or other soap operas? Participate in the discussion on our SC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right away, click here. When Hope asserted that Carter was attempting to restore justice and equity, Brooke responded, "Fairness and justice?" He persuaded them to sign the LLC documents. He took their Forrester Creations, honey. "That isn't fair," Brooke pleaded. Hope turned her head away and folded her arms. Ridge and Steffy had signed the paperwork voluntarily, she remarked dismissively, and no one had coerced them. Brooke pointed out that it was dishonest and ordered Hope to stop. Hope supported Carter, claiming that he was attempting to preserve Forrester's integrity. Although having someone by her side felt fantastic, Brooke reiterated that she didn't think it was the best course of action for the business. Hope maintained that Carter had to step in since Steffy had made poor choices. Hope reaffirmed how much Carter loved the business and the family, and how difficult it had been for him to take the business away from them. "Perhaps he will realize this is not the right choice if it has been extremely difficult for him," Brooke said. Will assisted Zend in packing the Hope for the future objects for archiving in the salon. Pam was on watch outside the CEO's office, Will observed. Although Zend was unaware of the situation, he was aware that it was serious. When Elektra entered, they informed her that the CEO's office was experiencing a significant event. Whatever was going on, Zend figured it wasn't good. As he passed the CEO's office, he noticed Justin Barber entering and assumed that was a sign of trouble ahead. Given all of the recent developments in Forrester, he pondered what might come next. Luna found it hard to believe Bill was at the penitentiary. Luna was thrilled when Bill admitted to her that he had read her letters against his better judgment. The only person she could write to who would understand, she said, was Bill. "That's a lot to ask," Bill snarled. Bill was someone who had done horrible things and had bad things done to him, so Luna likened herself to him. She hoped he wouldn't condemn her. Luna admitted that she couldn't handle being incarcerated and felt horrible about what she had done. She claimed that it was terrifying as she looked at the walls and saw Tom and Hollis' faces. Luna exclaimed, "I'm not a monster." She claimed that when she was committing terrible acts, she felt as though she was not physically present. Although she believed that was not who she was, she claimed that it felt like she was witnessing a female perform the actions she did. When Luna was younger, she informed Bill, Poppy would bring random men home and use the bedroom to do drugs with them while she was sitting on the couch. She claimed that in order to avoid having to deal with it, she would attempt to act as though she wasn't on the couch. "I am not who I did the things I did. It wasn't me," Luna begged. Luna claimed that she never wanted to return to her previous life because it was too painful and that she felt safest for the first time ever in Bill's place. She claimed to have sensed that Bill understood and trusted her. She underlined how Poppy's parade of men and the drugs didn't frighten Bill away since he understood what it was like to be a fearful child. They saw each other for who they were, flaws and all, she told Bill. They were raised by wolves who had to fend for themselves, Luna recalled Bill telling her. Although Luna pointed out that it wouldn't excuse her actions, she couldn't stand for him to believe she was a monster. "You may be a little more understanding and forgiving of me because you know who I really am," she begged. She informed him that they shared more similarities than he had thought. "Look at you, standing behind this desk, trying to convince yourself that you actually belong there," Erick said to Carter as he moved behind the desk in the CEO's office, reminding him that they thought of him as a member of the family. "But I'm not. The only name that counts in this situation is Forrester, and I'm not one." "Until now," Carter answered. When Steffy told Carter that he was wasting his career, Ridge assured him that no one would ever give him the company and that no one was interested in the documents. Justin said that the submitted documents stated otherwise when Ridge called on him to reassure Carter that the takeover would not occur. Carter claimed that it didn't have to be confrontational and that he only cared about what was best for the business. "Are you serious? This is what a hostile takeover looks like," Steffy yelled. Ridge informed Carter that, aside from having Carter in control, they would not simply shake hands and resume their regular routine. He interrupted Erick as he was about to explain how they made Carter COO. "I didn't get anything from you." Carter told Erick, "I deserved that." Erick claimed that due of Carter's past with the family, he should have recognized Carter's true nature throughout his affair with Quinn, but he chose to forgive him. Erick said, "We loved and respected you, so I forgave you." He questioned how Carter could have betrayed him in return. According to Justin, Carter was now in charge of the business, and while it wasn't the news they wanted to hear, it was the reality. "I won't throw you out," Carter assured Erick. Carter was made fun of by Ridge for being so kind as to let them stay. Carter claimed that although they wouldn't notice it right away, he was acting in the best interests of the firm and that it was a bad idea to fire Hope. Additionally, Brooke doesn't really have a role here. "You've treated her like a regular employee," Carter continued. Carter claimed that Brooke had no authority and that if Ridge didn't stand up for her, he would. Ridge believed this was absurd. "Carter, don't do that." Erick yelled, "Don't tell me how to defend Brooke. You will never comprehend the history we share. Brooke has always been handled with complete respect by me." "It was not about Brooke," Steffy informed Erick. "It has to do with Hope." "Come on, Carter," Steffy pushed. She claimed that because Carter believed he was in love with Hope, he was prepared to stab them all in the back. Steffy pleaded with Carter to believe that she appreciated him and that they had been working well together. "Until you didn't," he angrily said. Carter indicated it was much more than the expansion plan, in response to Erick's question. Although that wasn't who he was, Steffy begged Carter not to sacrifice his career for Hope and to realize how she had tricked him into betraying them all. "He could think for himself," Carter sneered. Carter snarled at Steffy, telling her that slandering Hope was not helping her. "You are not this. I know a Carter Walton who would never turn on his friends or colleagues. And the only change is that you now have Hope in your life," Steffy said. Carter reiterated that he was standing up for this firm by protecting Hope, Brooke, and all of the Logans. As he approached Carter, Ridge shouted, "Hang on a second. You deceived us into signing the documents so you could take over the business. Isn't that what took place?" Ridge inquired. "Reviving Hope's line was part of Carter's strategy," he added. Steffy became irate and pointed out that Carter was taking over a firm as payback for Hope, even though he had been criticizing her for making personal choices. "Look at this hypocrisy," Steffy became enraged. Ridge claimed that while they weren't questioning his connection with Hope because it was none of his business who he dated, they were wondering about Carter's transformation as a result of her. "You are not this. This is not what you would do. You wouldn't treat Dad like this. It's his business. He spent his entire life creating this. Will you also take it from him?" "You are not that," Ridge informed Carter. Carter was still told by Ridge that he was a fine, honest man who respected his friends. Ridge proposed that they get together, reverse it, and make it disappear since Carter is an excellent lawyer and Justin is present. He turned to face Steffy and Erick and said that they were fine with it since he wanted to offer Carter another chance to make amends. With focus, Ridge said, "Don't blow it." As Steffy Forrester's unrelenting anti-Logan campaign gets out of hand, Erick Forrester, the respected father of the Forrester family, becomes more and more demoralized. Erick has to deal with the consequences of Steffy's behavior, her polarizing strategies, and the rifts they cause within the business and his family as the Forresters get entangled in a savage family conflict. In the midst of this turmoil, Erick turns his focus to Carter Walton, who, in spite of his personal issues, shows promise as a way to resolve the worsening situation. A family split, Steffy's anti-Logan crusade. Tension has long arisen from Steffy's mistrust of the Logan family, especially Brooke Logan and her daughter Hope Logan. Her recent behavior, though, indicates that her crusade against the Logans has escalated to a devastating new level. Steffy has intensified her attempts to discredit Hope and Brooke at Forrester Creations, claiming that their presence compromises the company's unity and ideals. Tensions with Erick, who is a strong advocate for family unity, has become tired of Steffy's polarizing remarks, which he feels damage the Forrester family brand. Internal power struggles as Ridge tries to arbitrate between his daughter and his divorced wife. Steffy's activities have not only caused tensions between Brooke and Hope but also inside the Forrester family. Since founding Forrester Creations, Erick has placed a high value on teamwork and professionalism. However, Steffy's campaign poses a threat to the years of effort he has put into making the business a representation of style and moral character. As suspicions of Steffy's anti-Logan agenda start to spread outside the company, Erick worries that her activities could harm Forrester Creations' reputation. Erick is acutely aware that the legacy he has fought so hard to create is under danger as the Forrester family's internal strife becomes more widely known. Erick views Steffy's actions as a personal betrayal in addition to a professional one. Her incapacity to put aside trivial complaints and concentrate on what really counts shames him. Even though Carter Walton was recently involved in a contentious power struggle at Forrester Creations, he might be the solution to the family's and the company's problems. Given his reputation for finding the best in people, Erick would look to Carter as a possible source of stability. Carter is a sensible choice to assist in re-establishing order at Forrester Creations because he has been a dependable confidant and a committed worker for many years. Carter is positioned as a mediator between the two opposing factions, possibly reducing tensions, thanks to his contacts with both the Logans and the Forresters. Giving Carter a significant part could be Erick's way of providing him with a way to repair his reputation following his recent setbacks, since he has always believed in atonement. There are risks associated with turning to Carter. His credibility has been called into question by his recent actions, which include supporting Hope Logan in the contentious LLC takeover attempt. Any attempt to re-establish peace is further complicated by Ridge's conflicted allegiances and Steffy's strong-willed personality. Steffy's resistance. Steffy may become even more resentful of the Logans as a result of her perception that Erick betrayed her by involving Carter. Ridge faces a dilemma where he must choose between his father and his daughter. The decision he makes could have a significant impact on the family and the business. Carter's own struggles. Given the current atmosphere, Carter will have to demonstrate that he can rise above the controversies and meet Erick's expectations, which will not be an easy assignment. The stakes are quite high for Erick. The stakes are high for his family, his legacy, and the business he founded from the bottom up. Steffy's effort might do irreversible harm if it is allowed to go unchecked. Erick is looking to Carter in the hopes of re-establishing order and reminding the family of the principles that have characterized the Forrester name for many years. For Carter, Steffy, and Erick, the upcoming weeks hold great significance. Will the family's problems worsen, or will Erick's trust in Carter be rewarded? Will Steffy's anti-Logan campaign further polarize the Forresters, or can she learn to put aside her complaints for the benefit of the group? There is little doubt that Erick's choice to include Carter might permanently alter the trajectory of Forrester Creations and the Forrester family. Is Justin working with Carter and playing Ridge? A beautiful and audacious conspiracy emerges. Recent events at the Bold and the Beautiful raise the possibility of a startling turn of events. Is Justin Barber covertly siding with Carter Walton while working with Ridge Forrester? Justin's intentions and affiliations are coming under scrutiny as the situation surrounding Forrester Creations continues to escalate. Here are several reasons why viewers should pay attention to this crafty lawyer. Once a faithful confidant of Bill Spencer, Justin Barber turned against him during their power struggle and joined the Forresters. Ridge gave him a vital position at Forrester Creations, offering him another opportunity at redemption. But his prior actions cast doubt on the sincerity of his devotion to Ridge. In order to further his personal goals, Justin abandoned Bill, whom he had served for years. This calls into question his capacity for genuine allegiance to anyone. Justin can be a useful ally or a dangerous foe due to his intelligence and situational manipulation skills. Uncertain motives. Although Justin seemed to be looking for atonement, his behavior has frequently indicated that he is more concerned with protecting himself and advancing his own interests. The rivalry between Ridge and Carter, an ideal environment for betrayal. As Justin handles the consequences from Carter Walton's attempted coup at Forrester Creations, Ridge Forrester's faith in him is put to the test. The conditions surrounding this dispute provide Justin with the perfect opportunity to take advantage of both sides. Ridge is more dependent on Justin's legal knowledge since he is committed to taking back control of the business and safeguarding his family's history. Carter may have a secret weapon up his sleeve, possibly an insider like Justin, based on his audacious actions, such as his partnership with Hope Logan. Divided loyalties *. As Ridge's advisor, Justin has access to confidential information that, if he is playing both sides, he may be giving to Carter. Indications that Justin could be on Team Carter. Although there isn't any hard proof yet, there are a few signs that point to Justin perhaps working covertly with Carter Walton. 1. There are concerns that Justin may be influencing events to Carter's advantage because of his unusually active participation in Ridge's preparations to thwart Carter's takeover. 2. Carter may have insider assistance, perhaps from Justin, whose legal savvy is well known, as evidenced by his ability to legally outmaneuver the Forresters. 3. Individual benefit. Given his track record of ambition, Justin is probably thinking about securing a more powerful position if Carter is successful in his takeover. There could be significant benefits if Justin and Carter are indeed collaborating. Justin might be positioned as a major figure in a new Forrester Creations administration if he aligns with Carter. Justin may still be angry with Ridge for treating him more like a hired hand than a real partner. Returned power *. Justin might be able to reclaim the influence and authority he lost following his split with Bill by forming a partnership with Carter. The consequences for everyone concerned could be disastrous if Justin's deceit is discovered. Ridge would be devastated by another betrayal, particularly because he is fighting to keep the business afloat in the face of internal strife. Carter's position might be temporarily strengthened by Justin's assistance, but his reputation and his connections with the Forresters would suffer if he were revealed as a co-conspirator. Justin might be permanently banished from the Spencer and Forrester circles if he is discovered, which would essentially put a stop to his power in Los Angeles. The Bold and the Beautiful is notorious for its twists, even though the evidence suggests that Justin may have betrayed the show. Justin's activities could be a ploy to gain Carter's trust while eventually being loyal to Ridge, or they could be a part of a larger scheme that Ridge has planned. Without a doubt, the truth regarding Justin's allegiances will be revealed in a spectacular way. His actions are certain to further upend Forrester Creations, whether he is collaborating with Carter, remaining faithful to Ridge, or pursuing his own goals. Watch as this complex web of ambition and dishonesty begins to fall apart.